The New England Patriots, you guys, have taken big hits this offseason as they lost one of their best players, Tom Brady, who not only helped them out during the season, but helped them out more in the playoffs. But are they still contenders? How's everybody doing today? It's Sports Huddle back with another video. Today, I'm going to talk about the New England Patriots and if they're still contenders. Before I start though, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and leave a like on this video. Both without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing I gotta say, guys, is that the New England Patriots defense and offensive line don't need to be touched whatsoever. Because last year, the offensive line helped out a lot. Because last year, Tom Brady, I'm not saying he wasn't good, but it just was the worst year of his career comparing it to other seasons. And players like Marshall Yanda were getting the job done and wouldn't let Brady get sacked. So the offensive line, if they did that to Brady, I'm sure they could do that to someone else. And their defense, well, they've got players like Stephon Gilmore, who were also really good, and the defense was a big piece of the New England Patriots' run last year, and they were really the reason why the Patriots had a good record and were pretty good during the season. So those two are fine. But the quarterback position, they lost Tom Brady, a man that they have had for so long. You're probably thinking that Bill Belichick's going to be like, yep, we're probably just going to be rebuilding now because we lost our quarterback. Well, you're wrong. Bill Belichick said a few weeks ago that we've got 4 quarterbacks who are pretty good. I think we're going to be in a good position. 4 quarterbacks. Does Bill Belichick have something up his sleeve? Is he pulling a trick and going to shock the whole NFL again? Because let me remind you, this is not the first time Bill Belichick is going to be doing that. Tom Brady, the man was a late round draft pick who basically came out of nowhere, the slowest man in the draft combine, and is now known as one of the best quarterbacks to ever play. So the Patriots are really good at drafting, especially drafting quarterbacks. But the 4 quarterbacks that the Patriots have is Brian Lewerke. They also have Jarrett Stidham, Brian Hoyer, and Jamar Smith. Now, let's go through all those players, and we're going to try to compare all of them together. Starting off with Brian Lewerke. So Brian Lewerke is a 23-year-old, 6'3", 216-pounder who came straight out of Michigan State. And in Michigan State, his career stats, well, he threw 8,293 yards, 47 touchdowns, and 32 interceptions. The man threw a lot of interceptions, as for example, in 2018, he threw more interceptions than touchdowns. However, in 2017, he threw 20 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Then 2019, 17 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. So the man could be a little bit different at times, but all in all, if we had to look at his stats, he has thrown more touchdowns and interceptions in his career, so that's fine. But will he be the starting quarterback? That's first off. And then second off, will he prove himself and be a good quarterback? Because one thing that the Patriots have to hope from him is that he can keep those interceptions low like he did in 2017. At least try to keep it under 10 and try to be throwing more touchdowns and just overall trying not to get the touchdown and the interceptions close together. So overall, he doesn't look that bad. Next up on the list, we've got Jarrett Stidham. Okay, so Jarrett Stidham is also a 23-year-old who's 6'3", 215-pounder, and he's straight out of Auburn. And last year, he threw 14 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. So he didn't play a lot last year, but he was the backup quarterback. So, he is young, that's one thing. And the man, we'll just see how he does too. But to be honest, I don't know. We'll just see. I feel like there are other players that could be better than him. But if the Patriots ever want to try him out, we'll see. Because Jarrett Stidham, like I said, the man is young and he's still got a long way to go in his career. And this guy was also a 4th-round draft pick, 133rd round. We'll just see how he'll be doing next year if he's going to be playing. Next up on the list is Brian Hoyer. Now, Brian Hoyer is a name you've probably heard before because he's been around the league for quite a while. Starting off in 2009 when, what do you know, he played on the New England Patriots. And on the Patriots, well, he was just a backup quarterback. And then after he'd go to the Arizona Cardinals, and was still a backup quarterback. Then you go to the Browns. This first season was a backup quarterback, or he was injured. And then after 2014, he would be a starter, and he would throw 3,326 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions. Yeah, more interceptions than touchdowns, that's not good. Then he would go to the Houston Texans, and he'd start in 9 games, 2,660 yards, 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Then he would go to the Bears, and in the Bears, he only started 5 games, 1,445 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Then he'd be on the Patriots again, and then he'd get traded to the 49ers. And on the 49ers, once again, pretty much the same season as the others. Then he'd go back to the Patriots. Then after in 2019, he'd be on the Indianapolis Colts. And now he's back on the Patriots. And this will be his 12th season in the NFL. And I don't know if the Patriots are going to be willing to start this guy. Because, Hoyer, he's one of the veterans on the team, and I have a feeling the Patriots would try to go young. So if I were them, I wouldn't be starting Brian Hoyer. Next up on the list, last one, is Jamar Smith. So Jamar Smith is another guy who came out of college, Louisiana Tech, and his career stats, he threw for 9,523 yards, 51 touchdowns, and 21 interceptions. So those are all the guys. Who do I think should start? I'm thinking it is either between Jamar Smith or Brian Lewerke. I feel like if Lewerke could keep it down on the interceptions, and if Jamar Smith could also keep it down on the interceptions, because the man also threw a good amount of interceptions, but not as much as Lewerke. But I have a feeling they should go with Smith because Smith threw less interceptions and overall had a better year in college. That is going to be it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all next time. I'm out.